Hello, everybody, and good day on the 30th of July. One more day to go. One more day to go. And guess what we're doing? We are shining the light on someone else. And this person, I've known, me and Chris have both known for a little while now, a couple of years maybe.
Hmm.
Uh, she's amazing. I believe she writes books. She's going to tell you all about herself. She comes to trivia a lot. We don't like it as men because she's very good at trivia, and we go men against the women. So yeah, it's better when she doesn't show up, even though we like her. I'm just kidding. I'm going to turn it over to Chris to introduce her because it's about her today. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Chris.
Good morning, Marty, my brother. I love you. Jennifer, I love you too. I know you're in the background. I'm in a car right now because I'm at an appointment and it worked out. I'm on my hotspot. So if I disappear, I can come back. Don't worry. I explained that to Jennifer and Marty. I want to say a little bit about this lady. Number one, she's very exciting. She's absolutely beautiful. And what she does, I would love to do, and she'll talk about that. I think that doing this, we're meeting now. We've known Jennifer for a while, like we said, but I think you're going to find what she has to say very interesting. A lot of people can relate to this young lady because she just does cool stuff, and we're going to find that out. So, Marty, bring her on.
Give everybody the heads up with Red today.
Oh yeah, Red. I'm sorry, Red at 11 o'clock. We'll be doing in the chair, brand new, and I believe it's Victor Gumbalade is going to be his
It
first guest.
is. It is.
So
And you said that perfect, by the way.
yeah, it took me
All right.
10 years to figure it out, but
Yeah, yeah. And he is a motivational speaker. He's on
yes,
fire, so make sure you go there.
you'll see.
And here we go. Drum roll, please, Chris. Oh, you can't.
Here's Jennifer Dickinson. Hold on, Jennifer. Let's get you in the center. You look absolutely gorgeous. Oh, not you, Marty. Ugh. All right, there she is. There she is. Jennifer, I love you, sister. The floor is yours.
Great, thank you. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. Thank you, Marty and Chris, for having me on your show. I'm very excited, a little nervous to be here, pushing myself out of my comfort zone to talk. But anyway, I'll introduce myself. I'm name is Jennifer Dickinson. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, which is kind of the west coast of Canada for people that don't live here. I'm married, have 4 great adult children now. So you'd think my life would slow down, but no, it hasn't. But that's okay because I like being busy. It keeps my mind active. It keeps me active. And it's great to, I think I'd go crazy if I didn't have something to do. But so anyway, I love dogs and horses. And I believe in my heart that I was meant to be born somewhere in a tropical locale because this weather in the cold tundra of Canada in the winter is just too much for me to bear. But, soon maybe I'll be able to live somewhere warm. I think I'll go down to St. Lucia and visit Julie, where she's nice and warm all the time. So that's one of my goals is to get somewhere warm. But I just also wanted to say a quick prayer today for those people and all the animals that were displaced in Jasper last week from the wildfire. I was thinking about this the other day, and I know how nature works, and I know that the town will overcome, the forest will overcome, and the forest will grow and have great rebirth, and with all the new saplings that'll come from the pine cones that needed to be burned to grow. And, this kind of reminded me on Passive, and as we're witnessing the rebirth, and as very soon it will be bigger and better than ever. But continue on. Over the years, I have done a lot of various jobs. I'm like a jack of all trade, I guess you could say. At the beginning of my career, I went to university and I got my paralegal diploma. But at the time, there was no jobs in law firms, couldn't find anything. And I was working at the Calgary Herald newspaper at the time on weekends, taking complaints from people whose paper was late. And that was a joy in itself, listening to the same complaint over and over and over. But anyway, I was working there and I got a full-time job there. So I just stayed. And over the years while I was there, they moved me around from the marketing department to editorial. I ended up in the finance department. So that's how that came into play. And then they sent me to school to get my certified management accounting degree, which was super nice because they paid for it. So that was back in the day when the companies actually cared about you. So that was, a great place to work. I loved working there. And the best job I think I ever had, I only did it for probably 2-3 months, was the Christmas fund coordinator. And that probably was where my charitableness came in, and where I started to see the need for helping people. And I was, in my late 20s. And my life was pretty good. We were young. We had a new family. We had a house. We both had good paying jobs. And I just really didn't go downtown much and see a lot of the issues down there. And working with this campaign, and what it was the Calgary Herald picked different charities every year, and then the writers would write articles about the charities, about the people that they were helping, and people would donate. So every year they would collect about $150,000 to $200,000. And so that one year I got to be the person that looked after this and go to all the different charities, hand out the checks, and meet all the people, and just see what they did. And it was a real eye-opener for me to see the tragedy that was out there. So that kind of changed the whole trajectory of my life, to be honest. And I started to volunteer with the places like the Women's Shelter and the Mustard Seed, which is a homeless shelter for people in Calgary. And there was a few other places that we were on our list. And it was just to see what you can help to do was just phenomenal to me. So, but during those years, as I was up in the finance department, I ended up having my third and fourth child. I had twin girls. I had 2 boys already, and then I had twin girls, and I had some medical issues. So I had to leave the Herald. I couldn't work there full time anymore for specific reasons. It's won't get into that here today. But anyway, that's when I started my life as an entrepreneur. And I started up a bookkeeping business to, help pay for bills, because, we are used to being a 2-income family, and going down to 1 was a little, shocking, I guess you could say. So anyway, I started the bookkeeping business, and it was working out really well because it gave me time freedom, and I could be a mom, and I could be there for my kids when they were home. I could go help out with their schools, and, be involved in all their sporting activities. And man, there were many. There was 4 of them. So we were involved in football and hockey and baseball, soccer. The girls played field hockey. They Irish danced. And so we were always going somewhere, to a tournament somewhere. We went to South Bend, Indiana, which was really cool. And we played in the Notre Dame Stadium. That was really, really fun. We've been to Chicago, Nashville, all over a lot of places and states all over Canada with their sporting and dancing. So it was a very, very fun life, just very costly life. So you can probably guess where this is going. I had to start to bring in extra income, because the more I worked in my bookkeeping business, the less time I had with the family. So it wasn't really that great of a compromise. So this friend of mine introduced me to MLMs, which I did for many years. And some of them worked, some of them didn't. My friends supported me at the beginning, of course, and then by the time I got to my 10th company, they were like, whoa, lady, back off. We're not doing this anymore. So I kind of swore them off. So kind of fast forward to 2020, when COVID was shut down. I was working, I still am actually. I manage a wedding facility. It's a community center in my community, and I deal with weddings and all sorts of different events. So when COVID hit, we had to shut everything down. Like I had to phone everybody, cancel their weddings, which was very traumatic for everybody. And we were told that we couldn't do anything till August. So basically we're shut down from April to August is what we heard. When was that? March? I think it was St. Patrick's Day that here in Canada anyway, we got the shutdown. But so then I had a lot of time on my hands because I wasn't really working at that point. I still had my bookkeeping business, but everything else I was doing was shut down because it was all to do with people. And so that's when my friend, it was the fall of 2020, my friend Flo and I, we've been talking over the months to, figure out what we're going to do with our lives. And she stumbled upon ONPASSIVE. So Florence Mullen, my dear friend here in Calgary, she sent me a Mike Ellis video, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything else. Like, no, I'm not getting involved in this anymore. So I kind of made up all these excuses why I couldn't watch it, why I wasn't going to watch it. But luckily for me, she kept pushing me and pushing me. So I finally broke down begrudgingly, and I watched the video for a few minutes. And after I watched it for a few minutes, I started really, hey, he's got something here. This makes sense. But I still had that, needling feeling that something was, too good to be true, and it couldn't possibly happen to me. So I kind of was like, should I do this? Should I not? But, I have major FOMO. So if anybody knows, it's fear of missing out. So as my kids would call it. So I joined thinking, okay, well, it's only $97. It's not going to kill me. It's not going to break me. And what if it's true? What if I miss out? So I joined. So in October of 2020, I became an Ompassivian. I can never say that word. Because, I was that person back in I don't know what it would have been, 2012, 2013. A friend of mine told me to buy crypto, and it was $20 a coin. And I was like, are you crazy? I am not spending my hard-earned money on fake money. I'm not doing it. And wasn't that a mistake? Big, big mistake. So, I didn't want to miss out again. So luckily I joined, because I'm so thankful I did. But again, I didn't do anything until February of 2021. And I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't, doing anything. And Flo kept bugging me, watch the videos, go on the Monday meeting, go, you have to stay engaged. And so one Monday I was not feeling well, and I was staying at home, and I was laying in bed, and I started watching that Monday webinar that used to be on. And, the one where all the leaders were on, and they would, they'd do the presentation, and then they would answer the questions of people who were new. And I really, really enjoyed watching that. And the thing that struck me the most was how much fun they all seemed to be having with each other, and how they seemed to be such good friends. And I don't know what it was, but something in me resonated about that. And I thought, wow, these people really actually seem to care. They seem to really care about each other, and care about the people they're talking to, and really want to help. So it just something snapped in me, and I became very engaged at that point. So I really listened, paid attention, and started, showing up at webinars, and, in the background, of course, and, learning everything I could about the products and the company. So, but it wasn't until Chris started up Bless webinars when I found my place. And I really enjoyed them. I would go to them all the time, and started getting on the panel. I started talking, started meeting people. And I just found my place there. I met some really great people. I made some really good friends. And I got to be with people who had the same feeling as me, the same heart, the heart of giving and wanting to help people, and just knowing that, what needs to be done out there to help people. So I'd found my home. So, with ONPASSIVE, I have found some great friends on and off the screen. And, we have a really great group in Calgary. I was just telling Chris and Marty about this. We have Gemma, we have Polly, Naka, Flo, Mullen, and engineer Mike. We all live in the same city, and we all get together, and we visit. We go for coffee. We, host parties for our founders when they come into Calgary, like, our dear Pat and Diane Lennon, and oh God, I'm going to forget her name, Judy Reese. So they come into town a lot, and we visit with them, and we, have a great time. It's really quite fun. I wouldn't give up my friends for anything that I've met here. I've met a lot of people online that I've never met in person, but they're just, such great human beings. And, I really, really enjoy our menu group, our trivia group. I have fun when I can get there. We get into very competitive things, and we have, we can argue and bicker with each other, but we still love each other, and we have fun. And I've just met some really great people on there that I think, Marty and Chris, for example. And I just think that, we're going to have a lifelong bond, because we all have the same passions for life, and we have the same love for ONPASSIVE, the same love for each other. So, it's pretty great. And I'm sorry for the light. The sun is actually starting to shine in my office window now. So the sun's coming up here in Calgary. So anyway, so I look a bit blurry, but I'll try to sit back here. There you go. Okay, so my second stage of life, I started writing. And I published a novel a few years back. I just found I've always loved writing, but it just was something that I kind of put in the back burner. But I'd written a couple children's books that I didn't really do anything with. But I finally sat down and wrote a book and got it published. And, that was all very exciting. And I was very, it was very fulfilling to accomplish something like that. And currently I'm writing my second book of the trilogy. And I'm also writing a coming of age book that hopefully will be out in the next year. But recently, the most fun thing I've been doing the last few years is my daughter and I started a production company, and she graduated with her bachelor's degree in fine arts and film. And so we started this company, and we're making short films. We're working on a documentary right now about opera. It seems like a weird topic, but my father was actually one of the founders of opera in Western Canada. So we wanted to highlight that for him to make sure his legacy is kept intact, because that was quite a few years ago. And so we're working on that. We're interviewing people all over North America, actually, that were involved with opera in Western Canada. And it's been quite fulfilling, and it's great working with my daughter. We do we do a children's TV series. It's on YouTube, and we're just trying to grow that business. So that's kind of my dream going forward to work on. And the exciting thing is, I think I can see all the ways that ONPASSIVE is going to help us grow this business with its revolutionary technology and products. And I'm just so excited to grow it and to teach other young people, the business, and help them get a foot in, because, it's so hard for young people to get even, ahead these days. So that's, really one of my goals, is to make sure that young people can, have their chance and get ahead. So I'm really looking forward to ONPASSIVE being able to help me with that. And, I love the products, but I have to say my heart is with OBLESS, as if you were getting that from some of the other things I was talking about with the charities, because I volunteer with a few charities, and the two main ones right now are a cancer charity, a childhood cancer charity, and a dog rescue. And I can hardly wait till I can, donate more to these charities, because, they really need them, and they're great grassroots charities. Believe in the Gold is a childhood cancer charity, and we raise funds for families struggling financially with the costs of helping their children get healthy. And they have enough to worry about without having to worry about the financial issues. And I just want to make sure that every family doesn't have to worry, and every child gets the best care finances, can give. If they have to have it here in Calgary, the treatment, or if they have to go down the States, or if they have to go to Europe, I want to be able to make that happen for them, and make sure that they get the best treatment wherever it happens to be for them. So that's like really, really important to me. And I also want to make sure that with dog rescues, I want to make sure that, no dog ever has to live in an abusive situation. I want to make sure that I can get all the dogs out of kill shelters and into homes where they can be happy and live lives they deserve. They're the great animals, are just pure, right? They don't have any ulterior motives. They just want to love you. They just want to be loved. And it's just, I have two foster fails from CB Rescue, which is the charity that's the foster that's really dear to my heart. And I just don't know what I would do without my two little pups. They're very funny, and they make me laugh. And one of them was hit by a car and left for dead in the Dominican, my Oscar. And Rue, our little puppy, well, she's not little anymore. She's about 70 pounds, but she was severely beaten by some I won't say what I think of him, but not a very nice human being. And she came to us when she was 4 months old, and I just can't imagine how anybody could do that. So I just, can hardly wait till I can be the, be the person who can, step in and help these animals. It would just be great. And, most of you are probably no different than me, and you find it hard not to see all the tragedies and that kind of stuff that are going on in this world today. And, you want to help everywhere, and it can be very overwhelming, wondering, where do I help? Where do I put my money? Where, what organization is honest? What, that type of thing. But, I just remember, like Ash saying in the past, that, there are heroes already doing the work. We just need to find out who they are and fund them, right? We don't have to reinvent the wheel. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find those heroes who are doing the great work. And, whether it's people working with the homeless or those small groups that are cleaning the oceans that are not getting funded by the government, I want to make sure that they have the support that they need to get the job done. My dad always said charity starts at home. And, this has two meanings to me, because I definitely want to make sure that I help my family and make sure that they're looked after. And they can live fulfilling lives, and they can, help make changes for other people as well. But I also want to look close to home and make sure that I can help the people in my city, province, and in my country, and make it a better place for everyone. And, with millions of us founders around the world, if everybody just focuses on their local area, can you imagine the change that'll happen? Like, it's just going to be phenomenal. Sometimes I just get so overwhelmed with thinking about how we are going to change the world. I just, it brings me to tears. I can't imagine. And I believe most founders will follow the wishes of Mr. Ash Mufareh. I really do. I think the majority of us will. And, at this point, I just want to say a big thank you to Ash Mufareh for his vision and his crazy hard work and his passion to make the world a better place, to make our lives better. I can't thank him enough. I just have so much respect and just in such awe of him. It's, he's just an amazing human being. And I also wanted to thank our tech team, thank Mohammed Kamal for his unwavering vision and his work ethic. And I just wanted to thank you guys and thank you all for being there and being my friends and, making my life over the last almost 4 years really great with the new friendships I've made. I just can't imagine being anywhere else. So, yeah, you all have a great day. Have a wonderful, Tuesday. And I hope, you all have a blessed day. Thanks again, Marty and Chris, for having me.
Wonderful, Jennifer. Wow, I think you're going to save the world all by yourself. You really are involved in a lot of great things that I love. Absolutely, kids with cancer, anyone with cancer, but the forests, the oceans, the dogs. There's millions and millions of people who are dog enthusiasts or animal that want to save animals. So you're going to relate to literally millions of people because some people don't even have like regular kids, but their dogs are their kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I have 2 ladies on my street who do exactly what you do, and they got dogs all the time because they're rescuing them, trying to find them. So Jennifer, really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like we've always had a dog since we've been married, and you come home and you're the best thing that ever happened. You walk out, you just go out and get the mail.
Yeah.
You come back, you act like you've been gone for a month. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, where have you been? I just walked out front,
Yeah.
But they're always happy. They don't think about anything to get you. Or you're right. It's unconditional love with a pet. Yeah.
It is. It's just amazing. And I don't know how anybody hurts them. Like I look at Rue, who's my puppy, who's like big now, but I just think, how could somebody hurt her? Like he was kicking her down the street when she was taken away from him by somebody. And I'm like, what an evil, evil human being you must be to do that to a little. And she was only 4 months old. Like she was just like little.
Yeah.
It just, yeah, it
Yeah,
sickens me. It does. It just sickens me.
I think he'd be visiting the emergency room if I saw it. I hate to
I
say
know.
that, but
Yeah.
no, but you know, it with Unpassive. I think a lot of the, like you said, Jennifer, I've said this to a lot of people. There's a lot of people right now that are helping people with nothing. They have no backing. They're
Mhm.
already the hero. I don't need to have my name on something. I
Mhm.
want to find those people that are doing it with nothing and give them something to do it with. I think
Yeah.
that's cool about Bless. I think, yeah, if you can help look, I can walk up my door and see people that need help, no doubt. I can walk in my door and see people that need help.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you very much. You were amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, thank you for having me. It was
Yeah,
great.
you're
I'm
welcome.
glad you brought up Bless. I'll say a couple seconds here, and then we're gonna zip. You know, one of my original goals when I first started doing Bless, and it still is a goal, is to connect every charity, no matter what it is in the world, all together through Unpassive, because we're gonna have literally billions of people with all kind of different, you know, whether it's cancer, saving the forests, saving the oceans, and Ash Mafar has talked about changing the color of the world. You're going to see the difference. That's going to be the difference, because hopefully I would say all charities are eventually going to come to us, because we're 100%. The charity money goes to them, not 10%, not to all of it. And we're
Mhm.
going to be able to do amazing things with through Unpassive and Bless. And Ash has a strategy for that, and I'm sure in the future he's going to come out and talk about it. But yeah, I'm really excited about Bless.
Yeah,
It's
me too.
right there in my brain, and we're just waiting for things to happen where we can really
Mhm.
start talking about. But Jennifer, you brought in a lot of amazing things out for me, because sometimes I forget and I get reminded. That's why I love doing this. Everyone that comes onto this show, we call it, brings something out of me that I'm like, wow, I never thought of that, or hey, yeah, that's something I want to do. So, world, you're looking at Jennifer Dickinson from Canada. She wants to save the world. She wants to change the world. So remember Jennifer, because if you're if you're anything like Jennifer, you're gonna want to talk to her. Jennifer, thank you again for coming on. We love you.
Oh, you're
Like
welcome.
I
Love you
said,
guys too.
I didn't even know
All
you had
right.
4 kids.
Yeah, I do.
Now
Yeah,
I know.
twins. My oops babies, I call them. And then they were twins. Good thing.
Very good.
But yeah,
Wow.
but I love them all. I'm glad, because they were both girls. I had 2 boys and then I had 2 girls, so I wouldn't trade the world for them. So
Wow.
Perfect.
I
yeah,
hear that.
awesome human beings they are.
All right,
All right,
Jennifer.
everybody say goodbye and have a great day and see you tomorrow. Oh, don't forget, 11 o'clock, Red has got
In the
people on the
chair.
hot seat. In the
With
chair.
Victor Gumbalati. And
You
then
said it
tomorrow
right.
tomorrow on Shine the Light, we have Lori Lund.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
And
just
on
kidding.
your trivia, if you listen real quick, if you want to get on the show, I got a lot of people, a lot of lists. Come to trivia. I want to see who you are, get your name, so I can put you on the schedule, because right now it is busy.